I never imagined I'd be in this situation. I 38F married my husband 45M 2 years ago. He has a son, Liam 17M, from his previous marriage. Liam and I have always had a neutral relationship, polite, but not overly close. I never tried to be a replacement for his mom, just someone he could rely on if needed. My husband travels a lot for work. This time, he was gone for a week, leaving just me and Liam at home. Normally, we did our own thing. He stayed in his room. I worked or watched TV, but last night was different. Around PM, Liam knocked on my door. He looked upset. His face was tense, his eyes red-rimmed like he'd been holding something in for a while. I asked him what was wrong, and he hesitated before admitting, "I just don't want to be alone right now." That was unusual for him. Liam was independent, a bit withdrawn, but not the type to seek comfort. I asked if he wanted to talk, and he nodded. So we sat in the living room, and at first, it was just small talk. Then he opened up. He told me he was struggling with school, his mom ignoring his texts, feeling like his dad only cared about work. He felt invisible, like he was constantly being pushed aside. Then he asked me something that made my stomach tighten. "Do you ever feel like you're just an extra in someone else's story?" The truth was, I did. My husband was always away, and sometimes I felt like my role in his life was more of a placeholder than a partner. I didn't mean to open up, but I did. I told Liam I understood how it felt to be overlooked, to feel like you're just floating through life, waiting for someone to really see you. That conversation stretched for hours. We talked about fears, regrets, the things we wish we could change. It was the most real, raw connection I'd had in a long time. At some point, we put on an old movie, and I must have dozed off on the couch. When I woke up, the clock read AM. The TV was still playing softly, and Liam was still there awake, staring at me. There was something in his eyes I didn't recognize at first. Sadness? Relief? No, it was something deeper. Something that made my heart pound in a way I couldn't explain. He quickly looked away, like he was ashamed of being caught. I sat up, suddenly feeling off. The air between us felt charged, tense, and I realized how late it was. I mumbled something about needing sleep and practically ran to my room. But even after I shut the door, I couldn't stop thinking about the way he looked at me. Now, I don't know what to do. Nothing happened, but something shifted, and I don't know how to face Liam without feeling that unspoken weight hanging between us. Do I talk to my husband? Do I pretend it was just a weird, emotional night? Am I overthinking this?